Hello everybody, this is Nick Tidwell and we are going to review my top 10 favorite albums of the 2010s. Now I know you're thinking I'm probably some Anthony Fantano lover boy, but this is just my opinion. I want to throw out my list, so here we go. So at number 10, we have the album Everything So Far by Pinegrove. Now, Pinegrove had a great start to their career, and when they created this album, compiled with all their songs over the past few years of being a band, it really gave you their sound, and it's just a big array of music to listen to. It's just a great album to throw on. At number 9 is the album This Old Dog by Mac DeMarco. Yes, I know what you're thinking. There's other better Mac DeMarco albums, but honestly, I don't agree. I think when he matured as the songwriter, he started making serious music more often. I think this album was a great turning point in his career, and I think it sounds great. Number 8, we have A Moon-Shaped Pool by Radiohead. I thought this past decade, Radiohead, it started off slow, but when they came out with this album, I thought, yeah, they're back and they're new, they're fresh. I thought Moon-Shaped Pool was just a great album from beginning to end, even. So Radiohead's back, and I'm excited for their next album. Next one is the redone version of Twin Fantasy by Car Seat Headrest. This album's amazing. The key track is Bodies. I get chills every time I hear the chorus of that song. I think that song, and surrounded by all the other great songs on that album, really makes that album a nostalgic type of feel when thinking about growing up and living. 6, we have To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. This was his first great album, and it really started off the 2010s with a bang in rap music. I thought he brought a lot to the table this decade, and this was one of his most solid records. With number 5, we chill it down with Beach Music by Sandy Alex G. I think every track is just so groovy, so catchy, and so beautiful the way it's all written. Alex G was an amazing artist this decade, and I thought this album showed what makes him such a great songwriter. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West was the album that came out in 2010. Really changed the way Kanye sounded for the rest of his career. I mean, I thought this album was the most thought out type of rap album of the decade. This album might take a more personal side, but I think one of the most nostalgic albums, hip-hop albums rather, of the past decade for me was 2017's Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. A turning point in Tyler's career, and this album brought so many different elements of melody and harmony and rhythm all into one, and created a magical album with lots of glockenspiels, a lot of bumblebees, and a lot of vroom vroom sound effects. At number 2, we have Anthony Fantano's 10 out of 10, You Won't Get What You Want by Daughters. Now, I never thought I'd like a genre like this before, and it haunted me so much. I had to see them in concert twice. This album is phenomenal. It's demonically beautiful and a great rock album. And then number 1, finally, one of my favorite bands of the past decade, the Parquet Courts, with their album Wide Awake. I thought moving away from the punk records they used to make would be risky, but no. They followed up Human Performance with an amazing album that I think is the greatest of the decade. I think every melody, bass line, drum beat, lyric was perfect in this album, and I think it flows nice, and I think it's got an array of emotion throughout it. Overall, beautifully written record. So that's my top 10. And I hope, you loved it and didn't hate it. But hit the bell as well. Hit the like if you liked. Dislike if you didn't. But yep, that's Nick Tidwell's top 10 albums of the decade. Don't judge me too much, but it is what it is. Transition. Did you like the video? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Hit the bell as well and subscribe if you liked. Yep, that's it.